Hi y'all, welcome and thank you for tuning in to this video. I'm going to post this on both my YouTube and my Facebook group page, but this is going to be a pretty simple video in order for you to know how to interpret tarot readings in regards to your sun sign, your moon sign, and your ascendant. I'm going to do videos for like Jupiter and Venus for those that are interested later, but I wanted to make this video just so that you know how to tune in to tarot readings to know what tarot readings or what signs might make sense more in terms of certain things and how to apply it to your situation if so you choose. So a lot of times when it comes to astrology or horoscope, we base everything off of our sun sign, or a lot of things off of our sun sign. And that's just based off of the knowledge that most people have available to them. But when you become more adept when it comes to studying astrology and also studying your birth chart, you'll grow to learn that there's other planetary aspects, other planets, houses, and other things. But today we're just going to be focusing on the sun and the moon and the ascendant. So what is your sun sign? Your sun sign represents the time. The day you were born. It represents when you entered the earth. That's what it's based off of, essentially. So if I was born March 1st, then I'll be considered a Pisces sun. But when you get your birth chart, that's more in depth, and it actually gives you the time and you have to provide the time and the place you were born, and it gives you your moon sign and your rising, and that will help you distinguish things like, why am I not the same as every single Pisces? Or if I am a Taurus sun, why do I resonate more with this other sign? It's because in your birth chart it's all unique to you. So getting to know your birth chart will make sense of these things. So your sun. Your sun represents your soul's essence. Essentially, it is the inherent qualities that you come in to this world having. You get what I'm saying? The sun sign represents um your heart, really, like your truest self behind it all. You get what I'm saying? On a soul or solar level. That's why it's the sun. It also represents what drives you from on a solar level, on a passionate level. You get what I'm saying? The sun also is native to the fifth house. So whatever sign your sun is, it shines. It brings attention to the qualities inherent with that sign. So we're moving into Cancer, but right now we're still in Gemini. So if I'm a sun sign Gemini, that means that this sun amplifies all of the effects of the sign of Gemini, which means Gemini is the third sign, which has everything to do with communication, that has everything to do with interaction and connecting with other people, connecting in groups, small groups. It represents intellectual capability because it is ruled by Mercury, and thinking. It is an air sign. So just to give you some examples of why you would resonate with Gemini or your sun sign, it's because the sun shines there, so it does bring attention. What's more important is when you get into learning astrology and you get deeper into it, you'll find out what house that falls in. You have 12 houses, like the 12 zodiac signs, and each house is ruled by that zodiac sign. So let's just say I have a sun sign Gemini and my sun falls in the third house. Then that means that I will have more of that Geminian energy. That is the clothes that energy wears as well. So I'll have major Gemini energy. I wouldn't just, the Gemini will be more prevalent, and when you go to readings, you will see this. You will notice it. You get what I'm saying? Just to give you an example of how to understand the sun and the house and how it ties in. I'm not really going to go into depth with the house, but I will in another video. All right. The moon. So the moon is kind of like the reflection of the sun, right? The moon is that inner light. It represents your thoughts. It represents your emotional patterns, how you process emotions, and also how you relate to other people on an emotional level. The moon is ruled by Cancer, which is the fourth house. So it has everything to do with your conceptions and your perceptions of home. your perception of family, your perception of the ancestors, your ancestral connection, and kind of how you project yourself on a mental level. So let's just say I'm a sun sign Aries, right? And I have my moon in Sagittarius. Then that means that Aries is a very impulsive, fiery sign. I'm sure anybody who's watching this reading knows the generic traits of Aries. It's the starter, the fighter, the warrior, the brave one, which I am a sun sign Aries. My moon isn't in Sagittarius, but if it was, then that means that I will have a philosophical state of mind. Sagittarius is the sign of philosophy. It is also the higher mind. It is also balance. You know, it's a temperance card here. So my mind, I will be very much focused on travel, foreign culture, because that's what Sagittarius represents as well. Travel, foreign culture, expanding my mind, depending on where my moon falls as well, whichever house it falls into. I'm going to do a video on the houses, but we're just going to focus on the sun and the moon. So if you want to find out how you relate to people on an emotional level or an emotional matter, then you will probably find more success when looking into your moon. When it comes to the sun sign, this just gives you the generic energy around you and in you. Definitely kind of like some soul lessons as well. The moon lessons is like inner soul lessons. You get what I'm saying? The sun is the outer soul lessons, right? And then you have your rising. So I just want to make sure that I conclude moon right. So again, it's the mother. It's how you were raised. It's the childhood, perception of childhood, perception of the family, stability, emotions, how you process things and how you think. You get what I'm saying? Because we all think, but we all think on a different level. You get what I'm saying? If my moon is in a fire sign, Sagittarius is the most tempered fire sign. But if my moon is in a fire sign, then that means that my thinking, my emotions, my emotional body could be easily triggered or is very fiery. You get what I'm saying? You got to apply the elements to each of the objects that you're dealing with here. You get what I'm saying? All right. Now we're getting into the rising sign. The rising sign is very important. A lot of people don't put that much emphasis on it, but I said the moon represents the childhood, and it kind of does more so the rearing as far as the mother, but and the sun could represent the father or paternal figure or Jupiter or Saturn. You get what I'm saying? Because all of those are kind of the sun. I wouldn't say that. I would say the sun is more so about the inner soul lessons. Mars could represent your brothers. Jupiter and Saturn could represent the father. The sun could represent the father as well in some cases. But anyways, the rising sign. So your rising sign represents the personality that you developed during childhood, right? That you learn to assume, that you project. It's kind of like the mask, but the very important mask that you need to have in order to operate in this world. It also represents your physical body. You get what I'm saying? The first house, the rising sign. So it has a lot to do with your blood. You get what I'm saying? Your physical body has a lot to do with some of the things that drive you and move you as well on a physical level. And also when you're tuned into readings, the rising sign will tell you a lot about how you are interacting with other people, or it'll give you more emphasis on how your interactions with other people is being perceived on a subconscious level, because we are using tarot cards and oracle cards and things of that sort. But it is also important to note that if you have any planets, you get what I'm saying, in your rising, then that is even more significant. Like, for example, I have Pluto in my rising sign. So I'm a rising Scorpio, and I also have Pluto in my rising. So that's a lot of Plutonian, a lot of Scorpio energy. Scorpio is ruled by the planet of Pluto. So when I tune into readings, the Scorpio reading could be applied to me a lot more than let's just say an Aries reading, even though I have Aries in my sun. So your rising sign is very important. You get what I'm saying? Finding out what these things are, going. If you don't have a copy of your birth chart, go get it. It's free. Um, all you need to have is your birth certificate to figure out all the information that it is, and be careful about who you share that information with. Not everybody is going to be willing to help you. You get what I'm saying? Some people want to know your birth chart so that they can destroy you or try to. But anyways, look into your birth chart, find out more about yourself. I'm gonna conclude it here for the sake of simplicity, because I can go on and on and on about these things, but I want you guys to have a baseline understanding so that when you're watching readings, you get what I'm saying, you're just like, oh, this don't apply at all, or this, you know, it's gaining that discernment, taking what you need, taking what resonates in whatever way, and leaving what else that doesn't. You get what I'm saying? So I'm gonna leave it here. Thank you so much for tuning into my channel. Again, there's so much more information on the sun and on the moon and on the rising. I don't want you to think that this is all that there is. I just wanted my subscribers at least to have this baseline, and also for the people that are new, that are getting into astrology or getting into tarot, because they're both synonymous, you get what I'm saying, or oracle or whatever, spirituality, to have an understanding so that when you do get readings, or when you do get look at general readings, you'll have more of a well-rounded approach. All right, so thank you so much for watching this video. This is either Hang Yaku Sha group on Facebook. Thank you so much for liking that group, and I appreciate y'all's support. And also for Lucid Prophecy Tarot, thank you so much for tuning in. I love y'all. All right, bye.